Welcome to another episode of Quick and Dirty Marketing Tips. My name is Zach Greenfield, and today we're going to continue along with our website design series. And we've done so much on this. We've talked about video placement and page design, colors, header, the hero stuff. But today we're going to talk about this nasty little bugger, the menu system, and a little bit of what's happened with that and the current design trends and so forth. So stick with us and we're going to unpack website menus. Okay, welcome back. Today's topic is part of our website design series, and we're going to go over menus. So let me tell you a little story here. Part of the job that we have as an agency and getting traffic and new customers and clients for people has, ultimately leads us into this website environment, which frankly isn't my favorite thing in the world to deal with, but we do really good work with it. It's kind of a necessary evil. It is in many cases where conversions happen in that final interaction. And of course, the real showing of your business in the digital world sort of unfolds, if you will. But one of the things that we've had to deal with in, say, taking on new clients and projects and so forth, and businesses that have been around for, maybe a decade, is they're carrying these menu systems that have sort of just grown and grown and grown. I mean, we've seen them where, especially in healthcare, which is one of our specialties, where, the services thing just goes down and 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 down. It's like 100 little things you could possibly click. So, it starts to be where the user doesn't really know what action to take. Now, if you think about that reality, if that's you, and then push that against sort of the most modern design, sort of optimized layout, which is a page where there's only choices that you want the visitor to take versus this entire open book, which is kind of where the past is. And there are still people, maybe like you, that are trying to transition and figure out how to get from all of this information that they have on an older website to a newer, streamlined, dare I say, funnel or user path, visitor path that doesn't have as many choices and confusion and just areas where they can get lost and go down some black hole in your web page. Okay. So the first thing that we do, and let's just break it down to kind of action items, is look for things that can be condensed into meaningful little buckets, across all of the pages that are on the website. Then, and here's the goal. The goal that we now have in mind is to get websites down to 3 or 5 primary menu items. The other thing that we like to do is, instead of having a zillion text links, is to bring in more graphical navigation. And there's 2 reasons this works. One is people respond better that way, just like you do if you read, if you know anything about magazine layout. Reading magazines is very, very much a visual experience, so that your eye kind of moves on the page to pictures. That attracts what you're going to consume in terms of content. The same thing can be applied to a web page, that you can get people to move their eye and to navigate based on visual cues as much as you can, stacks of little text options, which by today's standards sound kind of painful. I mean, when I say it out loud, it just sounds like, oh, that sucks. But that's the other objective, is to go to a more of a graphical navigational experience. So that either might be done by using thumbnail images that show where that person could go, what type of content or what type of thing they could access by clicking that. Or icons, right? Or even buttons with icons, so you can join text with an image or a suggestive image. So that's one of the ways to help make the experience better for your visitor. The other thing is to, for your purposes, because you want them to go down this path that you want them to go down, right? You want them to become a customer. So what are the ideal steps? And this goes back to another video that I've done. And Angie, maybe you can show that a little bit about the customer journey and how to identify that. Because once you've done that, this starts to get a lot easier, because then you can start to put your menu system and your available choices that you're going to show to the visitor in a way that follows the ideal customer journey. Okay, so that's why we did that video earlier. This video is now. So if you didn't check that, go ahead and check it. The other thing that's happened, and we all know this, is that users in general are on mobile a lot more. So they're on a smaller screen. And if you have an older website, I mean, a bunch of little teeny text links that they need to try to read and then hit with their fingertip, that also sucks. So when you blend these sort of, objectives, these sort of masters that we need to serve, one is we want them to go down the path that we need. Two is we want them to be engaged and move visually through our pages and site. And three, probably the most important, is we want them to do what we want them to do, right? We don't want them to just henpeck around and then get bored and go, and the kids start screaming and they're gone, because that doesn't get you a customer. So going back to that, so just, to list it out, try to get it down to 3 to 5 meaningful things. And I'll give you a suggestion right now. If you have an older website, you probably have contact us and about us. Just make that one page. That's 2 right there, easy. Just make that one thing. Just make it contact us. The whole website is about you. And I always just laughed about that one. But I mean, who needs an about page? The entire site is about you. So just get rid of that if you have that. And put a contact link on there. Now, the other thing that you need to acknowledge is that one of those menu items might need to be for existing clients and customers, and take them to a different place that is for folks that have already bought or are currently buying from you. The rest of them can be for new visitors. So think of that also. So go for 3 to 5, try to get it down, go for visual navigation, make sure everything is juicy and easy to use on mobile and it looks great on a phone when people land there, and make sure you're giving them the choices that you want them to experience, not a maze of stuff to get lost in. If this helps get your head around website menus and maybe give you a little inspiration to clean up a mess that you might have, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. I'd love to see you on the next one, and share it. That always helps us. We'll see you on Tuesday. We like to do our videos once a week then. Thanks very much for watching.